Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Rathman, watching us live on the Texas Golf Insider Network. And, folks, we got a great show for you tonight. And this is a huge night for us because we have a giveaway tonight that is going to blow your freaking mind. I mean, I'm going to show you how to win a year's supply of Pro V1 golf balls. That's a sleeve of golf balls for 52 weeks. Nowhere can you find a giveaway like that anywhere other than on Golf After Hours. So you're going to want to stick around for that. And we're going to choose a winner come January 4th. So to make sure that you have golf balls every week to go play your favorite golf course. So you're going to stick around. We'll tell you all the rules and how to get it all done. So don't go away. We have a special guest tonight, and that's Jeff Hunter. He's the general manager at Riverhill Country Club in Kerrville. He's here to discuss improvements to the historic country club, home to the legend golfer Byron Nelson. I was up there a couple of weeks ago, folks. Listen, if you're looking for a place to be a member of, you're going to want to stick around for that. And then we have some talking points. Texas Tech phenom Ludwig Aberg is off to a great start on the PGA Tour. Is this guy for real? He's been in 14 tournaments. He made 11 cuts. I mean, the guy's shooting out of his gourd, made almost a couple $1 million already. He's only 23 years old. We're going to talk about that. Folks, if you all know about him, if he's for real, we'd want to hear your comment on that too. And another big story, 2 PGA golfers suspended for gambling on golf tournaments. Well, I bet no one's seen that coming. Well, let's talk about it. We'll take your comments. The old routine. Go grab yourself a cold one. It's Golf After Hours, man. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman. Dave Roberts, who was nice enough to take care of me last week. We were at a charity event. We got a little backyard band called OMB. So they hired us out. We raised some money for them. It's really a lot of fun. We did it for a couple hours. I want to thank Guadalupe Brewing for having us out. It was a special event from 6 to 8, and it looks like we ran a little late. That happens at a brewery, Dave.
Yeah, it does.
It's happened to you, me both.
We've been back, on the long end of a couple of breweries ourselves.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, listen, Dave, before I get to a lot of our talking points, folks, I talked to you at the opening here that there is a drawing that we are giving away. Golf After Hours, Dave and Mike are giving away a year's supply of Pro V1s. That's a sleeve of golf balls for 52 weeks in 2024. And you got 2 months to sign up. There's several ways you can get points to do this. You sign up for Facebook, you sign up for our Instagram, whatever that is, there's points. And Wednesday, January 3rd, Dave is going to draw the winner. And you're going to want to stick around for that. So it's hundreds of dollars in golf balls. So you can lose as many as you want. Even I wouldn't want to lose any Pro Vs. Those are pretty expensive. But all you have to go is to the TexasGolfInsider.com, log in. You can't miss it. It states right there how you can win. But that's the TexasGolfInsider.com. And we're going to be running hard for the next 2 months. And you're going to see commercials everywhere. He's got it already.
I'm logging on, man, because
he logged on already.
A lot of balls.
Our producer said, "Man, can I log on and do it?" I don't care who does it. There's a lot of ways you can win this thing. But folks, it's the biggie, so you're going to see a lot of it on the program. We got commercials that are going to be running for the full hour. And TexasGolfInsider.com, the biggest golf giveaway for golf balls in 2024. That's my story. And I'm
sticking to it. I know he's got to say that to you.
What's going on, Gravy?
Guy. Say what?
What's going on, man?
Not much, just a little live at Lackland Air Force Base. Tomorrow we're getting ready for the holiday version of the PGA Hope program. And folks,
Oh,
that's
nice.
helping our patriots everywhere. It's free to our veterans. And what we do is the PGA of America, the PGA Reach Foundation, and the VA, it's co-sponsored. And we'll do 6 clinics every Thursday night starting at 4 o'clock. And we'll have 6 to 8 more next year for JBSA. And you can look on SouthTexasPGA.com, PGAHope.com, all those to sign up for future events.
Nice. Well, Gravy, you're doing a great job with that, man. And I know it's an international or it's a national organization. And it's huge. It's PGA is getting all over that.
Yeah, matter of fact, at the PGA show in January, which kicks off right around the 21st of January, we've just made an agreement, the Air Force did with PGA Hope, that we will be training PGA professionals on how to, the training that's needed to be certified on how to talk to veterans and how to react, because those who are missing limbs, blind, in wheelchair. So we're going to certify them, and we're going to start a revolution, not around the country, but Air Force is going international next year with the PGA Hope program.
Nice. Good to hear. I know you're working really hard at that. Actually, travel all over the country promoting the program.
I'll be broadcasting live a couple of weeks from now from Biloxi. I hope I can get out of that casino in time for the show.
Well, I've been there, played a couple of their golf courses, man. The casinos are hot. Great place to go to. Good town. Really a good town. Just in Biloxi, there's a little place downtown called Reds. And probably some of the best blues music I've ever listened to. I was at a little tour the state, invited us over, go play some golf, gamble, and go listen to some blues. That's when the blues was born, man. The Crossroads are right in that area, and pretty amazing place. So taking it on the road again, Gravy. I'm liking it.
On the road again. We're not finished in 24. A couple of more trips.
No.
23, and then we're going to kick it up internationally in 24 for the Texas Golf Insider.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got us off to a real good start, buddy, and more of it next year. Hey, speaking of that, the Worldwide Technology Championship is on this week. I don't know why we quit when there was no golf last week. There was just a break in the action, I guess.
Yeah, I think they're winding down the positioning type of the year. I know they've got some kind of contest that's going on, some sweepstakes for those who are playing in it. But the normal people, they're all taking a break.
Yeah, I tell you what, there was none last week. So we don't have our one and done open yet. And that's coming up here in December. We'll start. And folks, if you want to get into our one and done, I mean, it's a perfect time to do it. Adam and I will both be starting that back up again, and we'll keep you posted when that thing goes. But you made a really interesting pick. First of all, I'll give you my pick, who I picked, and put some money on it. And that was Ludwig Aberg. Mm-hmm. And Dave, I'll tell you what, here's a guy who's got in 14 tournaments. He's 23 years old, and he's been in 11 of them. He only missed 3 cuts, and guy's almost got $2 million in his pocket already. And here's a guy who is offered by the other tour a pretty good chunk of money, like right off the bat. Boom, here you got it, and he snubbed the nose on that one. So, what's your take on this guy from Lubbock?
Well, he's actually a Swedish sensation. Texas Tech has picked him up.
Swedish.
Yeah, he's a Swedish guy. Not sweet. He's Swedish. Okay, let's get that right there, Ratchman.
Got it.
So, he's played at Texas Tech. They've had some good success. We have a friend over there Garrett Martin, who was on the team with him. Very great player. But he's looking out, what I think everybody should do. Let's make cuts. Let it fall into place. the biggest thing, and I tell a lot of junior golfers and others, hit singles, don't hit home runs, right? Um,
Yeah,
just
because you
make
can
putts.
make it.
It'll all come in time if you let it.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. He's going to win multiple times, I think, within the next year or two.
He's already won an international tour, but he's been a runner-up in another. He has like 610 places, those 625th places, two top tens. I mean, you're going up against some pretty good players. And and look what he did in the Ryder Cup, 2-2. I
Yeah,
mean, that's huge for a 23-year-old rookie. I don't even know he was a captain's pick, correct?
right. He was.
Yeah, because you don't get on that team unless you've earned your rights to. But he earned the rights, and he did pretty well for the Europeans.
Yeah,
Is he
and
for real, man? Is he the real deal?
yeah, he is. I think he is. I think he's the real deal. Um, Shoot, I mean, look what he's done, and to be that young and be in the Ryder Cup, that's totally awesome, all in itself.
Yeah.
So, um, I wanted to stay with Texas with you. We have a gentleman who's right down the road from Amarillo, like Amarillo by morning. That's Ryan Palmer, who I picked. He went to University of North Texas and then Texas A&M. So, we're keeping in the old Southwest Conference / Big 12 / now they're busting up to the SEC. But, the guy, he's won 5 times. He's won once on the Corn Ferry. But I think he's turning the corner. They get that little thing where they played when they're young. They kind of, and then all of a sudden they get up in age a little bit and they start playing a little bit better. So the guy's 47 years old. He's now trying to hone his skills for the Champions Tour. So I'm going to pick the older generation.
I sat here trying to figure out. I said, okay, I need to know one thing. I says, I'm trying to figure out why you picked him. He hasn't won since 2019, and he did that with Rahm. I mean, he's made a lot of money under 32 million bucks over his career. But I think I kind of get now why he is honing himself for the Champions Tour, because it's hard to play with these young kids anymore. I mean,
Well, what a better time to do it though than in this type of the season,
yeah.
So that's why I went with a long shot this week. I could have went with some easy money and stuff, but you know, I've been hearing some reports that he's looking seriously at being on the Champions Tour. And those guys, you and I have witnessed it. I mean, we had a couple of beers with a few of them ourselves, and
Right.
those guys, even though they're older, them dudes, they compete.
They
They
they,
are
they can play.
competitive.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt. Of course, he's a just recent Hall of Famer,
Yes.
Texas Golf Hall of Famer, and so he was quite the guy when he was up there receiving his award. It was kind of a pleasure watching him, and he's getting barbecued by his own kids while he's up there. One of his kids ended up going to was it University of Texas? Isn't he an A&M guy?
Yes.
Yeah. And he got hammered from his kids who are going to different colleges. So I don't think they followed quite in his footsteps. But hey, it was an interesting pick. When you sent it to me, I go, what? I said, now I'm going to have to watch it big time just to see if, maybe something that I don't, because he was way down the list, buddy. I mean,
I
way
know.
down. Matter of fact, he wasn't even in view for my bet.
Right. But again, knowing kind of the inside scoop of gearing up for champions, they're about that time,
Yeah.
They get a little competitive. And I think that in this winter season, whatever they want to call it, this is the best chance for him to win right now. If we were in the middle of the season, I'd pick him to make the cut. But right now, with what's going on out there, you got a lot of newbies, and they're going back and forth trying to win. A little bit of experience, 5 wins worldwide. I think he could muster 4 rounds together and bring it home. And then I'm going to be doing a happy dance.
Well, I'm going to be watching, and we text throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
Whenever there's whenever there is any money on it. I know I owe you a steak dinner, and we also owe Adam a steak dinner, so we'll have to get to that real soon. New season starting up in January for our group. But in the meantime, I'll be watching over the weekend for sure. Hey, listen, we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, hey, you know what happened? 2 PGA players got suspended for gambling. Who'd have thought something like that would happen?
Press.
Caught me right off guard. Hey, we'll talk about it right after the break. Go grab yourself a cold, and if you already have it, Mike and Dave, we're coming right back.
Just minutes north of San Antonio on Highway 281, you will find Valor Creek Golf Club in Blanco, Texas. Valor Creek is now offering stay-and-play packages starting at $150 per person per night. Relax in the beautifully furnished Tuscany Heights condominium and walk out your front door and play one of the Hill Country's premier semi-private golf courses. So break away from the city and make Valor Creek the perfect getaway for a peaceful weekend or family outing. Call us now at 830-833-0706 or go to www.vcgc.golf. That's vcgc.golf.
Landa Park Golf Course offers an exceptional golf experience to players of every level. This newly redesigned 18-hole public course, nestled along the Comal River, combines a challenging layout with spectacular Texas Hill Country views. Located in the heart of historic New Braunfels, Landa Park Golf Course is convenient to players from Dallas to San Antonio and everywhere in between. Escape the routine. Call the Pro Shop to book your tee time today or visit us online at landaparkgolfcourse.com.
Are you ready to treat you and your friends to a great golfing experience in 2023? If so, it's time to tee it up at the Club at Star Ranch. Located in Hutto, just 30 minutes from Austin, the Club at Star Ranch offers manicured fairways, pure putting greens, and multiple tee options for all skill levels to enjoy. Home of the 4-hour round, the Club at Star Ranch is rated 4.6 stars and strives for course consistency so you and your friends can enjoy the golf experience you deserve. The Club at Star Ranch, where your next round awaits.
Welcome to the Alamo City Golf Trail, a nonprofit dedicated to reinvesting to have the best courses at the best possible prices. We've got it all, from a relaxed evening under the lights at our 9-hole par 3 course to a challenging round of 18 holes nestled in the scenic hills of North San Antonio. The trail spans across the city and includes 8 golf courses, multiple driving ranges, and much more. Book your tee time today. Alamo City Golf Trail, where golf meets community.
Welcome back, everybody, to Golf After Hours. Mike Ratchman here, Dave Roberts. And hey, listen, we ended the first segment with 2 PGA players got suspended. And lo and behold, it was on a golf tournament. And I think it's been more than just once. And the person's name, what is it? Vince India and
You got
Jake
Joey
Stiano.
Stiano and Vince India, you know, household names. Yeah.
Well, you know, they're the young and stupid who got caught, because you know all these other guys are doing it in some manner,
Dude,
Now
the
that
one guy, India, is 34 years old. He should know better. But he said he knowingly did that. And so he got the bigger suspension of 6 months. Stiano, Jake from State Farm, he only got 3 months. But I was reading the stats last. India played 176 events during his career. He's earned 662,000, all on the Corn Ferry Tour. But last year, 22 starts, 11 missed cuts, and withdrew from events. So I'm thinking he was a starving pro and needed to, make some quick cash on, on one of the sites or something. I mean, I don't know what he bet. Maybe he bet the Ryder Cup or something. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if it was multiple events. They said that the PGA was not going to elaborate on it. Of course they're not. They're in the gambling business now. What do you expect, man? You were just out in Vegas. You know what? Their big center that they put up, this big new one they got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's the Mac Daddy, but then they get spanked for betting on golf. Wow. I don't get it. You guys are the ones who encouraged it. It's far from me to, say don't gamble. I do it all the time. You don't play golf if you don't gamble. You're playing for something all the time.
Well, here's a funny part about all this, Ratch. If you go to the 18th hole of the TPC at Scottsdale, which I had recently went to, DraftKings is building we talked about that, they got the big old thing right across the street, a betting facility. Instead of betting online, you can go into this Mac Daddy place. It's like 30-something thousand square feet with all these TVs and stuff, and you can gamble right there while you're taking your CBD tablets. So, I mean,
Or you're smoking one, right? Because isn't it legal?
Cheech and Chong going on in there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's kind of like back in the olden days in the military, when back in the 80s and 70s, and there's like, smoke them if you got them, right? And then you go to the commissary, and they would have all these warnings about cigarettes, and then all of a sudden you go in there and they got this special with some sexy looking lady, buy my Marlboros, and I'm like, outside they don't want you to smoke, but inside,
do what you got to do on the inside. They want you really stoned when you're placing your bets. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And they probably give you gummies like they would down at any casino. Get you liquored up, but here's a gummy and that go bet. They love it when you're like that. But anyways, these guys got a big suspension, and for a guy who's making what he's making at 34 years old, India, you got to be a little careful, man. I mean, $600,000, and he's been out there how many years? 11 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a whole lot to be on the road and still have to take care of expenses and a lot of those things if you don't have sponsorship. And then sponsorship starts taking a look at you again when you start pulling baloney, things like that.
Well, maybe DraftKings will pick him up. At least he knows how to bet,
Well, first of all, you got to check, is he any good at betting?
Probably. Look at that. The Facebook police are calling you.
Oh, geez. Yes, it is. Oh,
it's Mark Zuckerberg. Getting busted by the Z-Man.
As a matter of fact, maybe I think it's probably one of our guests here that's going to be coming out here shortly. Hey, so anyways, we'll get to that in just a second. I got to, I was reading something sad today, and they had to do about Jack Nicklaus. And, first of all, Jack is 83. And, he's got the wear and tear going on. I get that. He said he had to work his butt off just to get out there for the Masters, for the inauguration of the big swing that he kicks off the Masters. Him and Gary Player and Tom Watson were out there. But he's not liking golf anymore. I mean, he said he doesn't like the game. He doesn't play it well. It's frustrating to him. And, he says, and in the interview, he says, and I'm losing golf balls. Well, welcome to our world.
Hey, Jack, we're going to have a QR code. And if you want some Pro V1s for a year, just scan it.
There you go. You can sign up now. Sign up now.
Well, Ratch, when you're at a top level, like Jack was, one of the greatest players ever to play the game, and then, your skills start eroding, and you're older, it doesn't get any fun. I mean, even on my standpoint, I only made it to the mini tours and stuff, but there's times I stand over a shot and, I could hit that back in the day with my eyes closed. And now it's like, I hope I don't use the S word, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it happens.
Yeah, I get it. I'll tell you what, Dave, you and I talked here a couple, 3 years ago when you sent me to Golf Dynamics, the Academy of Golf Dynamics. I was at that brink, where I was like, I'm hurting myself, my elbows hurt, my neck hurts, but I said, I'm just not going to do this crap anymore. I do a better job doing these things in marketing and talking to other people about their facility. But, having Kyle Jerome, by the way, he said hi, I just talked to him the other day. And I tell you what, I came back, Dave, a whole different person, and it hasn't changed. I mean, you've tweaked me many a times now just to say, hey, listen, you just got off swing a little bit. Here's what you need to do. And now it's just tweaking. And I go, oh, that's right. It's amazing, the little things. But yeah, I get where Jack is coming from. But, when you've been, how many majors did he win? 18? You're playing the best in the world that everybody's ever seen. And then you look at your game and everybody says, I want to swing like Jack. And he goes, I don't think you want that one anymore. He said, I want somebody else's swing. And so he's not having fun with it. But it was an interesting article. It sounded kind of sad to me, to hear him say that, because, Arnie played right up to, almost the last day when he could barely walk. And he just likes swinging the club.
It's a different mindset. And again, and if you notice, and I mentioned this about 5-6 years ago, and everybody thought I was the guy at DraftKings with the CBD gummy and smoking the toke. And but Tiger Woods is more gearing, as you see, as a ceremonial golfer. He's having more fun with his son Charlie. He's now he's playing in this TGL thing that we talk about.
And he's not going to open up with it too. I just read something about that too, Dave. When Roy's not there and the guy who started is not going to be there, it's going to be a weird way to jumpstart that league.
Yeah. So, all the major stars are like that. And, in our game, it's not like Michael Jordan and them guys who know when to say when and quit, because golf is a lifelong game. But there comes that point when you just got to say, you know what, it is what it is. Right now I'm everybody's best scramble partner because I'll pull one out of the hat, but to compete with my fellow pros and stuff like that right now, at the age of 60, I don't have the time to practice, but I don't think I can, go out there and compete. Yeah. I'd be more shaking hands and kissing babies. So I've already made that decision that, the golf father is just going to be a ceremonial golfer and have fun with Ratchman and Ty and, Blanco Bob and Adam, and let the other people who have that mindset to compete. Because again, I get up there and I know that swing, I know that shot, and I don't pull it off. And I'll tell you right now, folks, it's pretty damn disappointing. And
again, I can tell you this, I'm now that I got my swing back, I'm back in the tournament play here, like in the Braunfels, took first and second this last year. I won a few dollars out in the Calcutta. And when you're feeling good, you want to get up and do that. But now I got a lower back injury because of a car crash. I might have to go get some work done on it. But at least I got the mindset. And, when you're going on 73, it's your swing ain't there, but boy, you got equipment out there that you try to match up with your swing.
And, well, my mindset now is I'm going to get a raggedy ass bag. I'm going to wear some raggedy clothes, maybe show up at one of these golf courses and let somebody kind of want to bet me, not knowing who I am. And then I'll have some lunch money at Whataburger, baby.
Well, I don't have that kind of game. I have a game that I got to sign up for, got to pay my dues. And actually, I go there to really try to challenge myself. And over the last couple of years, with your help and before that, Kyle, Jerome, and the guys up at Academy of Golf Dynamics, that was a big change for me. And that.
I know. I remember when you did that mental garage sale that Kyle always talks about, and you came back with a different mindset, and that was good. But we need to start thinking, because I don't know if you can play or not, but Landa and them usually have a blue Santa. I'm good for that, B+ player if you need somebody,
Well, I tell you what, I'm hoping that I don't have to go into surgery. We're doing pain management here in a couple of weeks, and hopefully with that blue Santa thing, and we got Quint Alexander coming on next week to talk about his golf course. I'm going to go see it here tomorrow. He's from on out. He said, you got to take a look at the course. It's in beautiful shape. So folks, if you're thinking about playing it all, and another one is Valor Creek, Landa Park, those two overseeded. So you're going to get some really cool golf. And the cold season's here, so you're going to see a little dormy going on here in November, which makes for very, very cool. How many munis do you know that overseed their golf course, Dave?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, it really isn't. Not a whole lot do that. So it'll be pretty interesting. And hey, listen, we probably got a minute or so here, but I got to tell you about, you and I are kind of big fans of Justin Rose. For some reason, he just kind of hangs around. And you even talked, I think, here a couple months ago, that you're going to see Justin Rose maybe, be hauled in to go get to be the captain of the Ryder Cup when they go to New York. And, you and I talked about that. He's that kind of guy. He's great on the team, but he took his name out of the hat and he goes, I still want to play. So you're talking about someone who doesn't want to play to someone. He said, man, I still got game. And he said, I think I can bring something to the team. And he says, which kind of opened the door for Luke Donald again to redo it. You think that's a possibility? Because you and I talked about it over the last couple of months.
Well, I think that's going to probably be it. I'm a little upset at NBC Universal for, not even 2 minutes after the win, right? Couldn't even get on the train to move down the road, and they've got a mic in his face going, well, are you going to be the captain next go around? Can we, and I love his answer. I was like, can we just not celebrate what we just did? And I thought that was,
did they ask Justin that?
No, I think they went over to Zach and said, what went wrong? He says, well, I can't really tell you. I can't even tell you what went right. So that's really it for my legacy. See, I think Tiger Woods in New York would be a perfect captain.
Well, we're going to see. They're already working on it. There's a lot of things going on beyond this.
But can we wear some cool clothes like our Kobe Stevens stuff for a change? If Kobe Stevens put this on the Americans, we had a better fighting chance.
That is a good shirt, by the way. You look marvelous in it.
Thank you. Marvelous, darling.
Hey, folks,
on you.
I like that one. That's one of the great lines of all time. Hey, folks, listen, we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, man, get on your heels. If you're thinking about joining up on any kind of country club at all, I got a historic country club that you might want to check out before you make your final decision. So go grab a cold one. Golf After Hours. Dave and Mike are coming right back.
Old friend, our hearts know you. You welcome us with open arms. Your stories are our favorites to retell. And you love surprising us with new ones. Our family treasures these moments with you. And your sugar white sand. Step into this clubhouse and you're stepping into history. Walk this fairway and imagine you're in the gallery of one of the first PGA Tour events. Or cross this bridge and know that Nelson, Hogan, Palmer, and Crenshaw each crossed it first. Because this is Brackenridge Park, the oldest 18-hole public golf course in Texas, site of the first Texas Open and home to the Texas Golf Hall of Fame. Set your tee time today and step into history at Brackenridge Park.
Landa Park Golf Course offers an exceptional golf experience to players of every level. This newly redesigned 18-hole public course, nestled along the Comel River, combines a challenging layout with spectacular Texas Hill Country views. Located in the heart of historic New Braunfels, Landa Park Golf Course is convenient to players from Dallas to San Antonio and everywhere in between. Escape the routine. Call the Pro Shop to book your tee time today or visit us online at landaparkgolfcourse.com.
Just minutes north of San Antonio on Highway 281, you will find Valor Creek Golf Club in Blanco, Texas. Valor Creek is now offering stay-and-play packages starting at $150 per person per night. Relax in the beautifully furnished Tuscany Heights condominium and walk out your front door and play one of the Hill Country's premier semi-private golf courses. So break away from the city and make Valor Creek the perfect getaway for a peaceful weekend or family outing. Call us now at 830-833-0706 or go to www.vcgc.golf. That's vcgc.golf.
Welcome back, everybody, to Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman, Dave Roberts, and we have a special guest with us. I got to play golf with him here a couple of weeks ago at a media day. Jeff Hunter is the general manager at the historic River Hills Country Club in Kerrville, Texas. I have crossed paths with Jeff several times throughout the years of his being in one place or another. He's always found himself a very good spot. And Jeff, I've known you from Sonterra. You've been to historic Oak Hills Country Club, which is in the Hall of Fame. Right. You come from the Colonial, who's another golf course in the Texas Golf Hall of Fame. And I think you got a little string going because you ended up at the historic Byron Nelson. I mean, you're talking about the River Hill Country Club. I see, after reading through a bunch of your stuff, Jeff, I see where you landed, and I think you landed in a pretty good spot, Wade.
Yeah, it's a really good spot. It's as you said, it's very, very historic. The membership is amazing. The layout of the golf course, as you and I played, you didn't see a lot of the fairways, but even the fairways are nice. It's just got charm. It's got old school charm with modern facilities now, and it's getting upgraded every day. The membership, as I said, is loyal and true to Byron Nelson and Joe Finger and to the club. So it's really good. It's a fun place to be.
Well, I was out there a few weeks ago with the STPGA. We ran into each other, and
right.
Phenomenal new facility, the dining facility. I was like, wow, that is really cool. That's a great upgrade. When did that all take place?
We started talking about a year ago. John and I did, actually 15 months ago. And I told John, I'd love to come to River Hill, but there's some things we'd like to do. And that was always on his radar as well. So we had a couple of different venues we used for eating and dining, but that mansion was built in 1886 or 96. I mean, it's just a phenomenal, phenomenal mansion. So we added a patio, we redecorated the entire club, added a big bar down there. It's always had a huge kitchen, a big industrial kitchen in back. So we decided, why not take advantage? We've got a veranda that looks out over the old lawn. You know, that place used to be 1,300 acres, and that mansion was in the middle of all that land. So we decided, let's take advantage of that. And it's turned out to be really, really good.
You know, I had a chance, Jeff, to read up on it from the very beginning, that late 1800s. I kind of went through it, how it all changed hands, you know, and how it all broke up into the families, got split up. And, you know, it was a ranch at one time. And then the Hunt brothers came in, and of course, Byron Nelson came in, and with a little touch of Joe Finger, come up with a phenomenal golf course. And, you know, one thing I liked about when you and I had a chance to talk, we played 9 holes together, and I bought his game to its knees, Dave, let me tell you. He's seen my swing, and he started putting on blinders. And you know, I've seen what you guys are doing right now. It's little bits and pieces that are bringing it back to its historical look. And you know what you guys have done with the greens, and what you guys have done with the tee boxes. I mean, you can see in the bunkers, you know, and I was in the bunkers. So, you know, if I can, and you were there, and when I can get out of a bunker, I mean, it's nice to get in a bunker that you can get out of. Instead of, you know, hitting rocks and all of this stuff. I mean, it's nice to see that you guys are spending some money to make that happen.
Yeah, we realize the history of the club. We also realize the future. And, you know, all golf courses have decisions to make. And John and the ownership group said, let's fix this. Let's bring it back to prominence. So the tee boxes are all brand new. It's tough grass on the tee boxes, so it grows in more quickly. It stays green longer, gets green sooner. The bunkers, we redid all the bunkers, took them down to dirt and redesigned some of them. We had that 1.5 inches, 2 inches of rain the other day. Not one bunker had any water standing in it at all, which is nice. The greens, we hired, as you know, a new superintendent, and Cash Lane is his name. He's done a terrific job already with the golf course. The greens were probably, we had a ladies tournament this morning. The greens were probably 10, just over 10 this morning, which is perfect this time of year for the greens. So we're really, really proud of where it is. And we know that we're going to do a lot more going forward. And that's the best part. You know, we're happy, but we're not content is the best way to say it, I think.
And that was the words out of my mouth. Because when I went over there, you know, for the STPGA event, you know, you were talking a little bit about how the course is maturing and you got some plans for it and stuff. And for those people who might be even a potential member who want to go out there, Jeff, it's a treat because it's not your smash face golf course. You have to position the ball, but you have it very member friendly as well. Not only just what we do from the tips, but the member friendly tees makes it a whole different golf course.
Yes, it does. And that's something when we did the bunkering and the tee boxes, we really took into account. We took out about 20,000 square feet of bunkers, and those bunkers were in places that really only affected the high handicap golfer. And we didn't feel that was fair. But when y'all played it, you know, it's a completely different golf course. But, you know, to your point, I went through it again yesterday, and I think there's 5 holes that go left to right, 6 holes that go right to left, because Byron liked to hit that little draw. So you've got to move the ball. And if you go back to the back tees, it's 7,000, just over 7,000 yards. So not only do you have to move it right to left, but you've got to know that you can put a little power behind it. And then the par 3s to me are my favorite part of the golf course. I think all 4 par 3s are just terrific holes.
I think number 2 is my favorite one. I just love that. You know, you've got to carry it. You got to hit it. There's no rolling it up that puppy. So that's why Ratchman can't play from the back tees on number 2, because I think that's,
you know, that killed me. You know, if we went to the back tees, that would kill me. I need the old man tees.
No, we locked the gate at a certain time. Remember, you know, we can't leave them there.
Yeah, I tell you what, I do well with the old man tees, you know, but I tell you what, my length is gone way down. But, you know, I will say this, Jeff, you know, and I see all the different tee boxes that you have, and I know where mine would be. But let me tell you,
150 marker.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I can play you, and I can play Jeff at that deal. But you make it fair. I mean, it's such a nice country club. You know, there's some of the country clubs that are being built now that just kick your ass. Yeah. And who wants to belong to that, and that's the first thing I did when I looked around it, because I haven't played for such a long time. And I was like, man, now I know why I like this course. I mean, it really, you can get yourself in trouble just like any other, but there's also some great opportunities to play a good game out there.
Well, you and I spoke at length a little bit about the fact that I think we all got into this because it was fun. Some of these golf courses now, 76, 75, 100 yards, that's no fun, and we want the golf course. When Jack Nicklaus is playing the green tees, we all need to rethink where we're playing from. And I think it's important to note that you can play that golf course any way you want. I'll play with some of the members and we'll play the whites or sometimes even the gold tees. And it's a whole lot of fun. You can put a good number on the board. But if you go back to the tips, you better hang on, because you've got to hit the golf ball from back there to play. And that's what's great about it. The members, we've got combination tees. And I'm a big proponent of, tee it up wherever you want to play it from. If you don't like where the tee is, go to the next one. It doesn't really matter. We're supposed to be enjoying ourselves. And that's a really neat thing about River Hill. People there enjoy themselves. They enjoy each other's company. They're very welcoming to anybody that joins the club or wants to join in the group. So that's what's really pretty special about it. It's that old school, don't leave anybody out, invite everybody. If you've got 6, make another group and have 7. So it works really, really well.
Well, I think one of the benefits at River Hill is being in the town of Kerrville. It's still one of the towns that really hasn't, like where Northcliffe was, we were way out there, then we're in the middle of a metropolis. You're still kind of on the outskirts of a smaller town, and it's very peaceful. You want to get away. A lot of deer, jackalopes, you name it, is all out there. So it still has that nice country feel to just, I want to get away from all the hustle and bustle. I just want to go play a round of golf.
Right. It's quiet. It's a calming. And that's why I'm in Kerrville. I mean, I've done the rat race thing. I've done the big clubs. I've done the 1,000 member clubs and 50,000 rounds a year. And it's not that way at River Hill. And as I said, the people are welcoming. The attitude is great. And it's hill country golf without being hill country golf. And what I mean by that is we have the views, we have the temperatures, we have the low humidity, but we don't have those 250-foot elevation changes and all that stuff. It's a very, very good golf course with just terrific views and great weather. I mean, it's like today, it's just perfect. So,
yeah, well, it's a nice traditional golf course. They don't build them like that anymore. I mean, you got the Oak Hills, is another place that you've been very traditional. And, there must have been a great offer to get you away from the Colonial to come on down here and oversee this. And, after you and I got to talking a little bit last night, I think if I got this right, you said, this is my last job. This is where it is from here on out. Right.
Well, what got me to Kerrville, it was more, and everybody overuses the phrase, but it's a lifestyle. I've done that stuff, and I want to have a place where I can relax, and the members are really friendly, and not that they weren't everywhere else, but it's a little slower pace. When you get used to going, just go, 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 it gets a little tiring after a while, but this isn't that way. Even though we've got a ton of events, we do a ton of things for members. We got a lot of things going on socially and tennis wise and pickleball wise. But it's a lifestyle, it's a calming lifestyle. And I think that's important, especially the way the world is right now, everybody wants to be calm.
They're all escaping, man. They're all escaping, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you walk in and, we didn't have big COVID issues. We don't have big crime issues. We don't have any of that stuff. We've got just a really nice community that's welcoming, and we've got everything we need. And if we don't have it, it's 30 or 45 minutes away in San Antonio. So it's a great place to be.
Hey, you have everything. You got some great restaurants there, and Fredericksburg's right down the road. So hey,
great margaritas.
That's right. I mean, it's all there. But you were speaking that this is your last stop. And we've all been around the block many times before. And when I saw you there, because I didn't know you were there until hey, David. I'm like, hey, Jeff. Okay. It seems like a real perfect place to possibly end your career. I mean, it's so serene there. I enjoy every time I get the chance to come out, whether it's personally, or, with the STPGA. I mean, what a better place to just relax and hang out. I mean, and y'all are top notch. Y'all are great to us, and we appreciate you supporting South Texas PGA Junior Golf. And we look forward to coming back it's one of the venues that, we always have a good field when we go to River Hill.
Well, Dave, I've always been very honest with everybody. I was very honest with John and the ownership team. And when y'all were here last, we weren't in that great a shape. Let's be honest. The golf course was okay. But the really neat thing is everybody bought in and they realized what it can be and what it is now and what it will be in a couple months. So we welcome helping the kids. We welcome the SCPGA. We do a lot of outside events for charities because I think that's really important in golf to give back. And I know everybody uses that phrase, but our staff is very aware of that. And Matt Trevino is very aware of that. And John Junker is very aware of that because you have to do those things to keep the game going. And, if we let everybody turn 60, 70, 80, 90 years old and not bring the kids into the game or the families, that's one of the reasons we did the swimming pool. Our swimming pool is now one of the most kid-friendly pools I've ever had. We go from a 6-inch pond or 6-inch, ledge with little bubblers to a 5-foot pool. So the little kids can be in there and the adults can be in there and enjoying, their favorite after hours beverage, shall we say.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for the tour when I was up there too, because you got a modern fitness center that you have there, a bio hub, as well as, I don't know much about the bio thing, but you should have told me enough to know that, I guess you could check yourself out if you really wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got the pickleball, and I think it's important, there's a lot of people moving down here, Jeff, that are looking for a place, looking for a club they can call their own. And let me tell you, I think you guys have it. I think you guys really stepped into the picture big time. You got a lot of history that goes along with it, man. Talk a little bit about the memberships that are available. If someone's, interested in living in the Hill Country or being a part of a membership out at River Hill.
Well, the phrase that you use, the club, I think that's really, really important. There are golf courses, there are places around, there are facilities, but River Hill truly is a club. We've got everything from bridge and, like you said, pickleball, and the biohack fitness thing is crazy. It can make your body do things in 8 minutes you never thought you could do.
It's pretty cool, I know.
It's really neat. And the golf course is great. The dining is great. Our chef does a heck of a job. So we've got memberships that range from social memberships to full golf. Actually, we're only looking for about 30 more members, to be honest with you. We've probably got a good number of members, but we're looking for about 30 more golf members to really increase the value and get us to where we want number wise. We're not trying to overload it. We don't want 1,000 golf members. We are very proud of the fact you can come out and play golf. You can get a tee time. You can play in 3 hours and 50 minutes and go home if you want to, or just hang out on the patio and have a cocktail. So we're looking for a few members. We're probably, I'm not going to say probably, we are the best value easily in the Hill Country. What you get at River Hill for what you pay at River Hill is just incredible.
It is.
Look at the numbers that I'm used to in Dallas, Fort Worth, or Austin, and people come down here and they're going, your IP is what? Excuse me. So it's really fun from that aspect, and it's a great deal, and it's not that far from anything. I give my members a hard time to say, well, we got to go into San Antonio. I'm like, y'all, it's a 40-minute drive. It takes you longer to get across the Woodlands to go to the grocery store than it does to get from Kerrville to San Antonio.
And that is the truth, because I've been there before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it's great. And as we said, it is a club, Mike. And that's what's really good about it. If you and Dave didn't know each other and you both joined River Hill, you'd know each other in 2 or 3 days. Everybody meets each other and says hello, and the members are extremely cordial, and that's terrific.
Well, I think you guys, I think you got something special there. What I really like is that you guys came in and did a lot of modern things, but still kept the historical look, in your fitness centers and every place, because I love the old clubs. I'm a sucker for them. You give me some good you give me some good wood on the walls and a cigar and a cocktail, I'm in.
Exactly.
I'm in all the way. And I think you guys got something really good going on there. And I do got to say this, your restaurant is phenomenal. You got a lot of choices to choose from. And whoever decides to go up there, you got to try the smash burger. Dave and I are big burger fans. We go around talking about where you can get a good beer and where you can get a good burger. And let me tell you, this is no joke, Jeff. I sat down with you guys, you and John Joker and all the media guys that were there. When this plate came to me, I looked at it and I goes, guys, I am not going to eat this thing. There's no way Well, 45 minutes later, I'm licking my chops, and John's got me a Modelo, and he said, have a Modelo and go down with that thing. True story. I left that place fuller than full. I get to Sisterdale on my way home. I pull over and I had to take a nap. I mean, I've done that before on a good burger, man. I go, oh man, and then I had to get up and go to another party. But it was, if folks, if you get out there, their menu is phenomenal. But I do recommend a smash burger. Just stay close to home. That's all. I mean, that is a phenomenal. And you treated the media so well, Jeff. You know, we just had everybody in the media all talk, and everybody just sees. Yeah, everybody sees where you guys are going with it. So you get a big thumbs up from a lot of us that have came out to play. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you. I think, you didn't bring Dave up for a smash burger, but he's welcome anytime. You know that, Dave.
Oh, we're coming up. Hey,
well, Dave's back at home. You and I'll have a smash burger and play 18 holes. He can take his nap. We'll go play golf.
Well, yeah, we'll act like the old days.
I'll split a smash burger next time.
Exactly.
Sorry, I couldn't make it, Jeff.
I think I noticed.
Have an excuse.
I'm sorry.
I did have an excuse because my real job at Air Force Golf. I've been traveling a lot, growing golf around the world, and I couldn't get in from Shaw Air Force Base in time. No,
I understand it. And just to finish that story, I think if I remember, Mike ate every tater tot on his plate also. So.
I think you're right. And I kind of looked over at John's wife and said, "You're going to eat all that stuff on your plate?"
Yeah, exactly.
That looked like a nice sandwich she had there as well.
I think she had a big old wrap on her sandwich.
Mike, your cholesterol doctor is listening to the show and watching.
Yeah,
so
I know.
You're in trouble, dude.
That's okay. I leveled out after a couple of days of that stuff. Hey, Jeff, if someone is interested, we're up against the clock here. If someone is interested, they want to talk to you about any types of membership, what's a good way to get a hold of you?
There's a couple of things. We've got a lead on Facebook that should send you to our landing page if you want to go there. You can call me at the club. The best way is to email me, and it's very easy. It's jhunter@riverhillcc.com. And that's as easy as it gets. And then we track all that stuff. It's easy for me to reply to that. 896-1400 is our telephone number. If anybody wants that, it's 830-896-1400. So there's a number of ways to get a hold of us, but if you want to come up, we're really doing this thing with the membership. So as I said, we're looking for 30 people that want just a great experience, a good golf membership at probably the most fair country club price you're going to find anywhere. So if you'd like to do it, we're offering, golf and around our lunch and all that fun stuff. So we'd love to have people come up and look at it. And if they're interested, we'd love to talk to them.
Well, I know you got a couple things going on before spring. I talked to John Junker about that, but I'm going to see you before that. Love your place, Jeff.
Please do. Thank you.
Landed in a good spot. Very nice seeing you again up at Media Day. And I know you got a busy day all the time out there, so I appreciate you taking some time out to chat with us.
No, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Mike and Dave. I really appreciate the time, and hopefully do it again. You guys come up, bring your clubs, bring your appetite, and we'll go out and we'll trade a few shekels on the golf course.
You're a smooth talker. You're a smooth talker, Jeff.
No, what he's really telling you, Mike, is MasterCard and Visa is accepted in Kerrville. That's what he's really trying to tell you.
We like those black cards. If you have one of those, bring that down.
Got one. Got one. I don't get to use it all, but got one.
I understand.
Hey, Jeff, thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate it again, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Right.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Likewise.
I hope so. Thank you.
Hey, folks, listen, we'll take a real quick break. When we come back, Dave and I are going to wrap this thing up. Don't go away. Golf After Hours. We'll be right back.
Old friend, our hearts know you. You welcome us with open arms. Your stories are our favorites to retell. And you love surprising us with new ones. Our family treasures these moments with you. And your sugar white sand.
Landa Park Golf Course offers an exceptional golf experience to players of every level. This newly redesigned 18-hole public course, nestled along the Comal River, combines a challenging layout with spectacular Texas Hill Country views. Located in the heart of historic New Braunfels, Landa Park Golf Course is convenient to players from Dallas to San Antonio and everywhere in between. Escape the routine. Call the Pro Shop to book your tee time today or visit us online at landaparkgolfcourse.com.
Are you ready to treat you and your friends to a great golfing experience in 2023? If so, it's time to tee it up at the Club at Star Ranch. Located in Hutto, just 30 minutes from Austin, the Club at Star Ranch offers manicured fairways, pure putting greens, and multiple tee options for all skill levels to enjoy. Home of the 4-hour round, the Club at Star Ranch is rated 4.6 stars and strives for course consistency so you and your friends can enjoy the golf experience you deserve. The Club at Star Ranch, where your next round awaits.
Welcome back, everybody. Golf After Hours. Mike Ratchman, Dave Roberts, and we're just about ready to wrap this thing up. Man, I do want to thank Jeff Hunter for coming on. I know he has a lot of stuff going on at River Hill Country Club. And folks, I can't stress it enough. If you're thinking about you want laid back, I mean, you want big city stuff, it's all over. But if you want to get laid back in a really joyous company, enjoy your round of golf at a very historical place, put River Hill on your list. At least take a look at it, before you start making that final decision. In 45 minutes, like you said, I traveled 30 minutes just to go to HEB from my house. And back, that's an hour.
On the same road.
Yeah, really, on a busy road. And I've been out there before, and there's no busy roads out there. I take the back hill, go through Sisterdale up in that area. It's a beautiful drive up there. You just feel your whole body relax when you get there. It's just one of those places. And we've been to a couple of those, Dave, where you just walk in and go, wow. And they're not done. They got a lot of stuff going on up there. And I want to thank Jeff for coming on in. Of course, my good buddy Dave Roberts and Big Dog Johnny G, here at GA Media. He makes all of this happen for us every week. And we're hitting milestone numbers again this year. So we couldn't do it without Big Johnny. And folks, do not forget, this is huge. Remember, golf giveaway. More golf balls than you can handle. 54 rounds of golf with 54 sleeves of golf balls. Someone's going to win it. January 3rd, Dave is going to tell who the winner is. And that person is going to get a busload of nothing but golf balls for the entire year to cover them. That's a sleeve of golf balls every week. And all you have to do is go to the Texas Golf Insider and sign up. That's the Texas Golf Insider. Sign it up. That's just
It's huge. Kind of like when he ate the smash burger. It was huge.
It was huge, too. I will eat that dang thing again, too, when I go back up there. It was good to see John Junker, too. I haven't seen
it. Ain't going to be love lifting you, baby. It's going to be a crane. Let me tell you. It is.
Yeah, I think, I ate everything up on that plate. It's just a phenomenal place. Hey, folks, that's it for us, though. Dave and I are going to wrap this thing up. I want to thank everybody every week for always forwarding on our show because we're getting more likes, more followers as we move in. Our digital magazine, we plan to have a big hit with this in 2024. So if you can't get it on the ground, you can get it on your phone. You can get it on your app. And we got some other special things as well.
Tap that app. Tap that app.
Tap that app, baby. Tap that app. Hey, that's it for us. Hey, Steve and I are going to be back next week. Until then, rain or shine,
book your tee time, everybody. Cheers.
Have a great week. Cheers.